All right. Okay, everybody. Well, welcome. It is 6:59 p.m. on the East Coast from our cozy little cafe here in New York. It's the 29th day of November, 2024, which, I don't know how many times this year I'm going to have to say, I can't believe it's this date. But, as I always say, it's, it's November 29th, 4 years from now already. Because in 2020, I said, before you know it, it'll be 2024. And then that moment just passed right now. It's gone. It's never coming back. So here we are. And it was a great, rainy, cold Thanksgiving, but I liked it. Because it was a very rare Thanksgiving. I didn't have to go anywhere. So aside from a nagging tension headache and a little bit of stomach cramps when I woke up. Wasn't because of anything I hadn't eaten yet. Stomach cramps. Said, what the hell is this all about? Sitting in church with Aurora. Didn't know if I was going to explode at any time. I thought I was going to explode. I said, just please let me wait until I get home so I can bleed the radiator then. And I think everything worked out for the best. It was all right. I took a little nap in the middle of the day. I never do that. So you knew something was wrong or almost wrong. Anyway, here we are tonight for a Black Friday engagement. We always come back for Black Friday, especially since there's no way I can take it off when we have a Tony Black in our lives. So now tonight, I got my mother here. What's going on, Mom?
Hi.
How you feeling?
Good to be back.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
How do you like the studio so far?
I love it. A lot of black going on.
Yeah, I know. We had to get rid of that blue. That light blue. But I'm so happy that we were able to get together tonight because we got Tony over here too. Tony, how you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Get closer to that microphone, Tony.
Oh.
Move it. No. Don't pull the mic. He's just got to scoop forward.
Scoop forward.
Scoop forward just a little bit.
Forward.
What are we talking about here?
Well, it's the old age,
Yeah. Hey, geez, forward and backwards. It's getting that bad, huh? Anyway, this is first of all, you had one hell of a year with your damn legs.
Yeah, I feel it.
In the summertime, you're sending. I got pictures of your legs. It looked like It looked like a water pipe had broken. You had actual water leaking from your. What the hell was the water in the legs?
Don't ask me, Frankie. I don't know.
Anyway, that's all behind you now
He
because
didn't go to the beach not one time.
Not once this past year. The doctor said it's a cyst. It'll disappear. I can't wait. When is it going to disappear?
Well, but you got back to the boardwalk. You just didn't go on the sand this year.
No, I didn't go to the beach not even once.
But didn't you guys go
No,
together?
Edith Reed.
Okay, so you went to the nature sanctuary,
Yeah,
but no sand. You didn't want to deal with that.
We were on that little beach in Edith Reed.
Okay, all right, so that's something.
I didn't want to walk on the beach with the cane. It would have been tough.
He's embarrassed.
It would have been.
You're embarrassed by the cane?
Yeah.
No, I mean on the beach,
Either way, when I
They always looked at me with my nice tan. They used to look at me as though I was, the other kind.
Yeah.
But
well, you're tan. You still maintain a tan because even when your leg was hurting you spent some really good quality time on the porch that you built.
I still do. Frankie.
It's the perfect porch, and you built it.
That's right. I've been all my life. I've been a plasterer, cement mason, bricklayer, and I made that deck.
What year did you build that deck?
Well, I'll tell you right away. It had to be. Well, my father was dead, so he would have been proud. He would have been very proud to see it. It was in the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Well, I was standing on that deck with Aurora in what was it, early September or something around there. It was a hot day.
Yeah.
And
She was running around with the ball in the yard.
Yeah. We were playing soccer in your backyard. But I'll tell you one thing. That you could have told me you built that deck last year, and I would have believed you. It was in perfect condition.
Frankie, I told you.
Wow.
I worked for a boss, did a lot of plastering.
Yeah.
They were
But that deck's not made of plaster, though.
Huh?
That deck's not made of plaster.
No, oh yes, it is. Not with plaster, but with cement.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same way. Instead of putting plaster, you put the.
Is it a solid block of cement?
Huh?
Is it a solid block of cement with like rebar and all that?
Let me put it this way. When I first moved there were steps going down to the yard.
Right.
I got rid of the steps, and I started to dig. I dug like a U. I went down about 3-4 feet, and I made my foundation, cement.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it up with the blocks. Then after I got to a certain height, guys on the job, they says, Tony, they says, you making a deck? He says, hey, well, they cut me. I forget what there's a name for it. It's the steel.
Rebar.
Yes, I put that down, and then I had the truck come in and pour cement on top.
Did you hide any bodies in the cement? Are there any people buried in your deck?
No.
No? Like that?
No. My father would have been very proud if he would have lived to see it.
Well,
I dug down about 3-4 feet, whatever it was, made my foundation, and I put up with the block. As a matter of fact, I was working at, what was her name? Oh, God, I forget her name, but she was a lot of cash. I was working on her house.
Well, that's good.
They had these blocks.
All I'd say is if I had a deck like that, I wouldn't be going to the beach. But then again, I only go to the beach a couple times a year myself.
I stayed there even in the winter. The sun was shining today. I was there. When it shines, I'm on the deck. That's it.
I'm gonna have to come by sometime in the wintertime just to get a little bit on my face. It was a fun summer, it really was. But anyway, I can't tell you how happy I am that you guys are here, especially you, Tony. Because
well, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, well, those damn legs are making me upset. So what the hell does this mean? How's it going to come for Tony Black Friday?
I'm walking with a cane, and like I said, doctor said it was a cyst. It'll go away. When?
How was Thanksgiving?
Good. We were only 4 people, but it was good.
How would you eat? What did you eat?
We had turkey with cranberry. We had mushrooms. What else
did you stuff the mushrooms?
Anna's a good cook.
Yeah.
My wife is a good cook.
Does she bake the turkey? Or does she deep fry it like me?
No. She.
Could see her putting it in the deep fryer.
It was in the oven. It was in the oven. It was a good meal. Good. We were only 4 people.
Does the turkey come out juicy?
It was good.
Does she stuff the
Very
mushrooms or not?
Does she stuff the mushrooms?
Does she stuff them?
I think she did. I don't know what she stuffs them with, but she stuffed them. It was a good meal. You know, Frankie, I think I showed Anna a picture of my family when we was together.
Yeah, you still didn't show me a picture. That's the one I want to put on air. You've told everybody so many times.
I thought I was going to bring them with me tonight, but I didn't. Next time, if I'm around. But it was a big thing. It was a big thing with my mother and father. They used to get up like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and start cooking. And I wanted to bring that picture, but I forgot it.
Well, next time, then we'll do it again. And because we have a fancy new way of getting you up the stairs. So you should not feel, as long as you're feeling good and you want to talk. I have some video here. I got to show people how you got up the stairs today. This is some good stuff. I got that, and also I have some other pictures here that I want you to take us through, because I took pictures of the pictures you gave me of you younger with the boxing and the whatchamacallit, the newspaper clipping. So you can do that. But here's hold on, let me see here. We had to find a way, because if Tony wanted to do Black Friday, then we had to find a way. But it's rough. It really is, especially if somebody has a leaky leg. It is okay, so look up there right here. This is the first thing. Let's see.
Let me see that.
Okay, so this is Tony arriving in the special courtyard. This is where the building management parks said, I got some special clearance for you guys tonight. This is the courtyard. Those are the administrative offices right there.
We made something new. Hey, who's that good-looking guy?
Who is that? I don't know.
I've never seen this. I've never been here before. You really rate. Looks like you right.
Okay, so that's you arriving. Then we got you going into the elevator.
Oh, awesome, Tom. Come on.
All right, come on in.
Come on, Tom.
You got it. You got it. Just you don't have to do all that walking up the. So that's the elevator, and then of course we went up the elevator, and then the glorious ride. Here he is. When he sees,
Here's your chair.
Oh, look at this. God bless you.
the chair that's
This is crazy. This is crazy. Look at this.
that's the chair that he's sitting in right now. I said I'm gonna bring it to him. We're gonna bring it right to him, and that's it. It's gonna be easy as pie.
Sit down. Sit
Watch
down.
this.
He was going to start crying. He was getting very touched. Oh, no, Tom. This isn't like sad
You know,
stuff.
let me say something.
Oh, well,
I never realized I was that handsome.
you're good. You're a good-looking
Gotcha.
guy. You're a good-looking guy. Cheeky.
Ah,
Yeah, okay, and then you go for a little roll.
There you go. Now you don't have to do all those damn.
I didn't know I was bald.
Look at this.
What'd you say, Tone? You didn't know you were bald?
I didn't know I was bald in the back.
Man, oh man.
I showed him the video. He goes, I didn't know I had a bald spot. I said,
Get the hell out. What that just happened 5 years ago? I started losing my hair at 90. My God. We could only be so lucky.
94.
Jeez.
You got it.
that's crazy.
And he went for a stroll the whole way.
Hey, I got a free ride.
Wow.
Now imagine going up 3 flights of steps in all those hallways.
Forget it.
So, exactly, forget it. I wasn't going to forget it. So, all right, we're
All
going
right, we're back.
to figure this out. So, that was it. That's not. We should have done that 2 years ago.
Who's that good-looking girl there?
This is all real time. That's my mom.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, hello. How are you? I didn't know there was about it. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
So that was the video. Now you want to look at some. I want you to take everybody through a couple of pictures I have over here. Is that all right?
If I go right ahead.
All right. So let's see here. All right. So the first one I have, I got 2 younger pictures of you.
Let me see how good looking I was then.
Oh, well, you got a. Let's see. It looks like you're jump roping on a rooftop. Oh, that's not it. Hold on a
Oh,
second.
you've got that.
Wait a second.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Where the hell? What am I looking at here? Nope. Wait a second. What the hell am I doing? Wait.
yeah, I wanted to see that.
Window. Oh, gotcha. All right, here you go. Here it is. Okay, so
Oh, look
what is
at
this
that.
picture here?
I'm jumping rope.
How
Look at
old are you?
that.
You look like you're 12 years old.
No, I must have. Well, I was fighting in the amateurs, so I must have been about 16, 17. I went into the Golden Gloves at 16. So
It is a semi-blurry picture, but I mean, and also you're crouching forward, but you look like you're 12, 13 years old.
no, I had to be about. I started young. Right there, I must have been about maybe 15, 16 years old.
Wow. So what year are we talking?
Well, I was born 1930. I'm 94.
Okay.
This had to be.
So about 44? 45, 46?
No, maybe about 47.
Okay.
No, 45, 40, because I was training. I used to box. Yeah, it might have been about 46, because I went into the Golden Gloves at 47. And you got that picture, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, here's the next one. Just on the same roof.
Yeah.
There, I can see. I see your face is a lot clearer in this one. It's totally you, no doubt about it.
This must have been about. That'd be 45, 44.
Look, that's totally you.
That's me.
Yeah. All right. So you're saying 15. You're saying 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, so that's right. 1945, 1946.
The
I was
math
born 1930.
math checks out then.
So it had to be maybe I was 15, 16, maybe.
Now this one over here is you in the ring. Now you're the one getting clubbed.
Well, let me tell you something what happened here. From the night before, I was boxing in the gym and I get a bloody nose. Over here, between the smoke, this was St. Nicholas Arena, between the smoke and the lights and the blood coming out of my nose, I couldn't breathe. But I was beating the crap out of him. And this happened near the end of the second round. This when it started. My nose started to bleed.
It figures that they take a picture right when the other guy's about to hit you. Makes it look like...
Yeah. I was beating the crap out of him until my nose started to bleed. Then I couldn't even breathe between the smoke and the blood. But you should have seen his face after the fight. My trainer says to me, Tony, he says, go next door. He says, and wish that fella luck. When I looked at his face, I says, and he won?
Yeah. Well,
What's that say? What's that say on the bottom? But I know you know that by heart.
It says...
What?
He knows it by heart.
Okay, what does it say?
It's, wait a while. It's not unusual. Wait a while. Oh, God, you're making me... I know it's not unusual for a lad like Ronnie Morris to get up off the canvas and believe in the boy who had sent him spinning. Anthony Cortese's on the rebound, whatever.
Receiving end.
The receiving end.
But that first line says glovers may not be finished boxers, but they're certainly fighters. What is the difference between a glover and a boxer?
I was a boxer.
But what's a glover? I never heard that before.
I headed like he's a slugger, but I was a boxer. I used to dance on my toes. I move around. I was fast. I was pretty fast. But this here, when he got me, that was near the end of the second round. Near the end of the second. My nose started to bleed. I couldn't breathe between the smoke in the arena and the blood coming out.
Just everybody smoking cigars, you mean?
Hey, they were smoking everything. Cigars.
Opium.
Whatever. And that was it. But after the fight, my trainer says to me, go wish that fella luck. When I looked at his face, I says, and I lost. Right? That was it.
That's the way it goes. But you know what?
Then I fought in the amateurs. That was in Long Island. And Dennis James, the announcer, was on TV. He says, watch this boy. He's going to go a long ways. Another Willie Pep. Willie Pep was a featherweight champ. The following year, but you got the picture of the one I'm in the newspapers?
I got it right here.
All right. My trainer,
obviously, that's you right there, the second one.
The second one. My trainer says to me, if you come in as a featherweight, he says, you're going to go in. See, now, this fight, I trained for this one. When I get on the scale, I'm 132 pounds. So my trainer says, Tony, he says, 132, now they got you in the lightweight. He said, you're not going to go in.
Wait, I don't know the weight classes that good. How much did you miss out on? How much did you miss out on your weight class by?
No, well, my weight when I did fight, I was 126 pounds. That's a featherweight.
Is that the cutoff?
No, that was I was when Golden Gloves. I was 126 pounds. It's a featherweight. Now the other picture where I'm on line, I came in at 132 pounds. So my trainer says to me, Tony, he says, you're not going to go in. He says, because 132 pounds, you can meet a guy 6 feet tall. That's the lightweight.
Okay, so what I have here is I'm looking at all the weight classes here for men's, for Golden Gloves. 112, 125, 132, 139. So you were shooting... So
the first time I went in the Golden Gloves, I was 126 pounds. That's a featherweight.
Okay.
Then the second time with that other picture, you see me on the scale or whatever, I come in at 132 pounds.
Is that 1 pound over that you have to go lightweight?
No, 132 is a lightweight.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you were at 131, would you have been feather?
No, because they put you 131. They put you in the lightweight class.
Okay, so I didn't know what the cutoff was. That's what I'm asking.
They say 126 pounds. That's a featherweight. But anything over that, like that, I come in at 130. I think it was 132 pounds, and my trainer, when on that scale, I came in at 132 pounds.
Gotcha.
Right?
Did you? Okay.
And my trainer says, Tony, he says, you're not going to go in. You're too small. He says, a lightweight. He says, you could meet a guy 6 feet tall. So I didn't go in that year. But then I fought in the amateurs at one of the arenas in Long Island. And Dennis James even said it, the announcer. He said, watch this boy. He's going to go a long ways. He's a finished boxer.
How many people online right there? Did you fight any of those guys online with you?
No. But
did you know any of them?
Yeah, the fourth guy. That's Johnny Mash.
The one that's shorter than all of you.
What's that?
The one with the Elvis hair? The second one from the right or the last one?
No. Oh, 1, 2, 3. The fourth guy in the line.
Yeah, that's the Elvis hair guy.
Yeah, with the Elvis hair.
That's Johnny Mash.
Johnny Mash, his name was?
That was him.
Is that his real last name, or did he just mashed the shit out of it?
That was his last name.
Okay, well that's a good name for a boxer.
Yeah.
He came from the Bronx. He came from Fordham. The other guys, I don't know.
Okay.
And that was it. But I didn't go in that year because he says you're 132 pounds. You're a lightweight. He says you're too small. So that was it.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Back in the day, Tone, these days, pharmaceuticals, drugs, they're so, and not even just that, but even just nutrition and different training methods and all that stuff. It's so advanced on a chemical level that people are always trying to get advantages and stuff. We always get scandals about whether or not people take steroids and stuff. But back then, not necessarily steroids, because what's available today is not nearly available back then. But did you ever hear what were some of the ways that people would cheat back then to get an angle? Not that you knew anybody who did, but what did you hear about? Do you remember about that at all?
No, I wouldn't. I didn't hear nothing like that.
Weigh their gloves a little bit, put some quarters in their gloves.
That sounds good.
No.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They have to do something.
Yeah.
No, maybe professional fighters, maybe. But nothing in the end, no, because they check everything. No. The Daily News, they were very good.
Okay. They had integrity back then. They weren't like us.
Nobody had a good day ahead.
That's it. Okay. Well, hey, I'm glad that we went through these. These are great. These are really great pictures. They really are. Awesome.
Look. How handsome I was. Look at that.
You got getting low too. Look how low you get.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
That's it. Bruiser.
I must have been what? 14, 15, 16 years
I want to know
old.
how much you weigh. Right here, I wouldn't say you're anything more than 125 pounds.
I was a featherweight. Featherweight is 126 pounds.
Not until you became and then you became a lightweight though.
Yeah, and lightweight.
Probably after Thanksgiving, you had that 3 a.m. That 3 a.m. dinner. 3 a.m. dinner, too much turkey, and all of a sudden you're a lightweight.
See, on that roof, that was in East Harlem.
I was admiring the building before, actually, all the designs and the
That looks
bricks.
like Holy Rosary School.
Across the street, that's PS 80, the school. All right, the building I was on was 408. Anybody want to play that number tomorrow?
Was that the one right across the street from you?
That's the school across the street from me.
Yeah. We saw that when we took you there.
Oh, okay. So you're not on the school's roof. You're on a roof next to the school.
I'm on my roof where I lived. That's 408.
But that's the school you attended?
Yes.
Wow.
PS 80. That was from kindergarten to 6B.
So you walked right outside of your building and you went right next door to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
across the street.
That's pretty cool.
And then we went to Benjamin Franklin, which was 116th Street, next to Jefferson Park. We had the park right there.
Yeah, I'll bet you any money in another 50 years, there's not going to be any mention of Benjamin Franklin or Jefferson in New York City.
Oh no, they're still there.
Oh, give it 50 years, unless the crazies lose.
Well, she saw maybe, and you've seen it.
Yeah.
The high school that I went to, and there was right next door was the park.
Right.
Jefferson Park with the swimming pool.
They're coming for Thomas Jefferson, is what I'm telling you. They hate Thomas Jefferson now. What do you think about that?
What can I tell you? I'm not following up on the current events.
You know what? We need you to start training again, because we may have to get into some fist fights. We need you to get in shape again, Tone.
I had a beautiful left jab and left hook. I was fast with my left jab and left hook. Dennis James, the announcer, it was on TV. He says, "Watch this boy. He's another Willie Pep." Willie Pep was a featherweight champ, and he was a boxer. And so was I. But my father put a stop to it. My father saw my training. He said, "I don't want him to fight. That's it."
That reminds me of Wally Pipp. You know who Wally Pipp is?
No, Willie Pep.
I'm telling you about Wally Pipp.
No, Wally Pep. No.
Wally Pipp was New York Yankees first baseman.
Oh, I'm not a baseball fan. I wouldn't know.
But he's a very significant guy in baseball history, because Wally Pipp was the full-time Yankees first baseman until he had to sit out with a migraine, and who came in to fill his shoes was Lou Gehrig. And then Lou Gehrig didn't hang it up for another 2,000 some odd games later.
You see, you mentioned Lou Gehrig?
Yeah.
Now I got to tell you a little story. My brother Angelo, my oldest brother, used to always go to the ball games. He caught the ball that Louis Gehrig hit out a couple of baseballs when he retired. And I think I told you, Mary Ann, that ball was in the china closet, my mother's china closet on the side. So now one day the kid says, my friends, they says, Tony, says, we're going to go to Randall's Island, we can play baseball.
Oh, no. Tony, this is like the Sandlot.
Yeah, that's what I told them.
This is the Sandlot, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
I
think they stole the story.
Oh, yeah, wait, I got a baseball upstairs.
Oh.
So I open up the china closet, I get the ball, and we go to Randall's Island. Now, you know what happened, don't you?
Water.
I saw that ball drop in the water.
Oh.
My brother Angelo wanted to kill me. Because Lou Gehrig, he hit a couple of balls out.
Tony, this is a movie. This is a kid's film
It's called The Sandlot.
It's the Sandlot, but instead of Lou Gehrig, the kid goes home and takes his stepfather's Babe Ruth ball to go play with it.
No, this was my brother.
I know. I'm just saying it's similar. It's similar.
My brother Angelo, we're going to Reynolds now. Oh, wait, I'll go get the ball. Wait, I went upstairs, opened up the china closet. I took the ball where my brother had it. We went to Randall's Island. There it is, in the water.
Oh.
My brother wanted to kill me. Nah, he didn't want to kill me, but he was pissed. He was pissed.
That's heartbreaking.
That ball was signed by Lou Gehrig.
It was signed? I thought it was just a batting practice ball. It was signed?
No. When he retired, he got sick. You know that.
Yeah.
He hit out a couple of balls. My brother
Signed the balls.
Right.
My brother caught caught one of those balls. All right. They were signed and all, and had it in the china closet. So we were going to go to Randall's Island with the kids. Oh wait, let me go upstairs get the ball. The hell did I know? Went to Randall's Island. Fool around.
I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing this story.
Mary Ann, I told you that story, didn't I?
Yep.
And there it is in the water.
Wow.
I said, you do realize that they made a movie about that.
It's the fact that you lived it. Although
my brother wanted to kill me, I took the ball out of the china closet upstairs.
there's a little bit more of a happy ending at the end of the Sandlot. You just had to watch it float away on the.
It went right down.
Right in the Hudson.
No, the East River.
The East River.
You know where Randall's Island is, don't you?
Okay. Wow. Geez, man. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
That's an incredible. Hey, you know who just got in touch with me, Tony? I just got a super chat from Benny Farina, your paisan.
Remember you met him at the church?
Remember you met him at Lauren and I's wedding? Benny, he gave you the oil from back home, the olive oil.
Yeah.
He says my paisan Tony Black. He says hi to you.
Say hello.
Well, he's watching. Did you ever crack open the olive oil and taste it?
No, I got that upstairs. I got the little jar. I want to keep it. I don't want to use it.
What are you talking about?
I got it in the dining room on the buffet. Yeah, I got it.
Listen.
I even told my I'm going crazy. Told my wife. I says, Anna, this is the oil from. It came from my town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came from my town. I was happy to meet him that day.
Yeah, but why don't you you don't have to use the whole thing, but why don't you just dip a little bit of bread in there and just
I might just do that.
On Christmas. Just dip a little bit of bread in there, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper, and just taste your town again. You have to do it once.
Yeah, he said he come from Gattabalotta. Argento. Yeah.
It's really insane that Benny or anybody in this audience would be from such a small town because
not me. I was born in East Harlem.
Yeah, I know, but
my family came from
all your
there.
roots.
But wait, your mother and father were born here too.
No.
Oh, they weren't?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Well, that's how. What's his name? That's how I mentioned it. Got the balota, Garagenta.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
when he
you're
heard that. He says, "I think they came from that town."
Yeah. Well, it's not only that, but there's so few families in that town that.
Oh, I know what it was. They were married here. So the church that Benny mentioned, they weren't there because they were married here.
Yeah, no, my mother and father got married here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, my mother, I think, how old was she? 14 years old, I think, when she got married.
Oof.
Really?
Hey, we were 7 brothers and 3 sisters.
Yeah, you had to get started early, I guess, right?
You know, so
How old was your father?
I'm the only one left.
How old was your father? Your mother was wait. Your mother was really 14 when she got married?
Yeah. My father liked them young.
Well, how old was he?
And
40?
No, get the hell out of here.
No, he had
Jeez.
Well,
It's not even-
I'll tell you right away. He had 10 years on my mother.
What? He was 24?
Wait a minute, because I'll tell you right away. My father was born 1884. My mother was born 1894. So he had 10 years on my mother.
Wow.
And my mother was 14 years old. God bless her. And my father couldn't sleep at night. 10 children.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I guess.
God bless him. I had 2 beautiful parents. He had my father worked for the city. And during the Depression, he helped out a lot of people, my father, because he had a job.
It was Tony. I'll tell you, it's a very, very different world because if a 24-year-old boy ever wanted anything to do with 14-year-old Aurora, it'd be a bloodbath.
Well, at that time, it was different.
I know. I'm saying it's a totally different world.
It was different. And I says, like I says, we were 10 children, 7 brothers, 3 sisters. And I'm the only one left. They wait for me.
Good Lord, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
But they were born overseas and they came in. They came
mother,
here.
And I says, I got the pictures home.
But
she didn't look like she was 14. That's they were 2 good-looking people, my mother and father.
well, again, when I say a totally different world, I not only mean culturally, where at once people are physically mature enough to have children, they're starting families, especially for when you come from agrarian societies as well, and you're either working on larger farms or you're tilling your own land, you're having children as soon as possible, you're getting married and you're building up your family and your name and all that. But other than that, just the way everybody's eating and drinking, every time I look even back to the internet is full of like last day of high school videos from the 60s, 70s, 80s. These 18-year-olds, everybody looks 35.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Then I have my oldest brother. He passed away at 27. He was 27 years old when he died. And 2 children, they died when they were younger. But I'm the only one left. They're waiting for me.
Well, hopefully they can wait a little longer because we have a couple more Black Fridays we got to do.
He's been saying this for 10 years now.
I think he's reverse psychology in God. He's using a little reverse psychology on God. If God wants, I'll go. And God's like, you know what?
Well,
No.
I believe it.
No, I don't need you yet. I don't need you.
No, what I'm trying to say is I do believe in the good Lord.
Oh, I know you do.
I pray for everybody. I pray for you. I pray for your sister. I pray for everybody.
I don't have a sister. I don't think. At least I don't think I do. You mean my brother?
Okay, I always say, bless you.
Tony, you know I don't have a sister, right? I just want to make sure you know I don't have a sister.
You have
No.
a sister?
No. A daughter? You talking about my daughter?
She's your daughter?
Oh, you're talking about my mother? Oh, okay. You're okay. Jesus, that went over my head. I thought you were losing it, but I was the one that didn't get the joke. Okay, I got you. Anyway, so yeah, Benny says hi. And for Christmas, you've got to try that oil. I got to know. I got to know how it was.
Just open it up.
As a matter of fact, I got it right in the dining room. It's right on the. Well, she knows the house, so it's right. I don't want to use it. I figure it came from my town, my mother's
Put it in a little dish and put some salt and pepper in there and dunk your bread.
Yeah.
And then put it back. Okay.
Yeah. Just close it back up.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'll do that.
That's it. It's crazy how quickly we come back around to. I can see how 94 Thanksgivings can go by in a flash because the fact that we've already done like 5 or 6 together is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Frankie, I thank the Lord. So far, I'm in good health outside of my leg, but I can't complain. It's been a good life. Good life.
You had a really great piece. That interview that we did for my newsletter. You remember when we did that interview in the backyard?
Yeah.
People loved that. I cut it all together, and people really loved it. And those are really nice Thanksgiving wishes for everybody, and it was very well received.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas too.
Yeah, it is going to be.
You and your family.
That's it.
And
You doing any Christmas shopping?
not yet.
Do you give money to somebody else and you say, hey, go shop and get everybody something, or do you just give it?
Yeah, my wife.
Okay, so she goes out shopping.
She does the shopping.
Where
And
does
my daughter too. She does it.
Where do they go? Kohl's?
Oh, I don't know where they go.
You can get everything at Kohl's.
I don't know. My son, my daughter, but she drives and my son drives. I don't drive. I haven't got a car. I'm too old to get a
The car went before he did.
See? Yeah, I remember your car, but at least
It's a good thing it happened the way it did, because they didn't have to bother with taking it away and all that.
Yeah,
The car just said, enough.
that's it. Well, I got you.
I didn't want to go no more.
Well, your new phone is coming in any day now too, so that'll be good. So we can start. Actually, because for everybody at home that doesn't know, because Tony, he lost his phone as well. I said, and then he was going without a phone. There's no way to contact him. So let's get him a prepaid phone. So I bought him a prepaid phone. We charged it up and all that stuff. Now the phone just actually crapped out. So I bought him a new phone, and I started thinking, I'm going to buy myself a prepaid phone. These $29 flip phones, you can charge them up X amount of minutes, and I think I'm just going to make the prepaid phone number public to see who calls me.
Did I?
Why not? It's just prepaid.
Why would you do that?
Because it's a prepaid ridiculous. It would be so. It's not like it's dangerous or anything.
All right. I don't just see the point.
Did I give him $30?
You gave me the third. I buy the car, the minutes.
What?
I gave you the money for the phone.
No, you didn't.
It was $20 for the phone. This was going back over a year now. He had the phone.
I didn't want any money for that phone.
Well, I gave you $20 for the phone, but every time I buy,
Did you lie to me about what the money was for? Because I wouldn't have accepted it.
No.
Then I don't know. Maybe I gave it to Aurora then. I don't want any money for the
You're
phone.
kidding.
And anyway, the thing's coming.
Tim, put it on your head. What is going on with this thing? All right. That's it. Well,
I
anyway.
buy him the minutes, and it's
Oh,
$30 for 3
Frankie,
months. So he gives me the money.
Frankie,
What?
when I was boxing,
Get the microphone in front of your face. Swing it in front of your face.
Move on.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
when I was boxing in the amateurs,
Yeah.
my trainer kept rubbing my ear. I didn't know what it was for, but now I know what it was for. I would have had a cauliflower ear, but in other words, your ear. I got hit in the ear,
Yeah.
and he went short. He started with his thumbs,
What
with his
reminded
fingers.
you of that?
Huh?
Why did you think of that?
To circulate the blood so I don't get a cauliflower ear.
Why? But what reminded you? Is it because of the headphones on your ear? You see how core memories work?
Well, what do you want me to say? It's the truth. I was wondering, what the hell is he rubbing my ear? And that was because I would have ended up with a cauliflower ear. Because I got hit in the ear, and that's what he was doing.
When I fixed your headphone, did that remind you of your cauliflower ear? Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's interesting. That would bring you all the way back. Hey, when you were sitting on the side, like in between rounds, and you're getting some kind of talk from your coach, and you're swigging a little water, and they're pressing out your eyebrows and all that stuff. Did they ever pour any water down your trunks?
No.
Because I've been noticing that too. Like even when I was just watching the Tyson fight, a couple of whatever you want to call that a fight.
They spread water on you. They want to keep you cool because you end up getting hit. You're hit. A little cold water maybe will wake you up a little bit.
Yeah, I know, but I've been noticing that they were like squirting cold water down all the fighters' trunks to their balls, I guess, to wake them up.
I don't know if they were. They never put nothing on my truck because we had the, fighters wear cups, the belts underneath the trunks.
Yeah.
They were, in other words, to cover your Gentiles.
Your Gentiles?
Did I say it right?
The non-Jews? This is what you covered the Gentiles with.
I didn't want to say balls.
Genitals. You can say balls. It's all right. So what are they calling what are they covering the genitals with? What is it?
Wait.
See, he's 94, but he still laughs when you mention balls.
We got a cup, so when you get hit in the balls, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't hurt. All fighters wear them.
Well,
They wear the jock strap and the belt on top.
We wear cups in baseball too.
Yeah,
So-
you get hit in the balls, it hurts.
I know. It's the worst.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind me, but it's the truth. I speak the truth.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, somebody in the chat room asked, do you have a favorite Christmas memory? I know we've talked about this many times. You come on the air around the holidays, but there's always new people who watch. So is it just the presence of family, or is there anything in particular that comes to mind for the Christmas?
Well, I woke up one morning, and for a present, I had a machine gun.
A
machine gun.
A toy gun, though.
Yeah, of course.
I was going to say.
No. It used to shoot sparks.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the one I
just say it's the 40s.
No. My brothers, one brother bought me a kiddie car, one that you drive, fire chief car.
Yeah.
That kid's driving.
That you pedal?
Yeah, with pedals, and he bought my other brother, Charlie, Lord rest his soul. He bought him a bicycle. My brothers were good. My brothers were very good with us. You'd wake up and you'd find something under the tree, and it was nice.
That is a great memory.
Well, we were a big family. Oh, I got to say this. My family's Sicilian, and I used to hear these plasterers that I was working with. They used to say, "Egelo destre minge," right? I never knew what that meant. So at the table, I think it was with the family, my aunt and uncle were there. It was some kind of holiday. So I used to sit. My father's here, and I used to sit over here, right next to him. So I ended up saying, "Kilo destre minge," and my father gives me a whack. I looked at him. I said, "What'd you do that for, Pa?" He says, "You know what you just said?" I says, "No." He said, "If you don't know it, don't say it, right?" But I got the whack. So now when I went back to work, I'm working with these Sicilian plasters. I'm Sicilian. And I says to them, "Che vuole dire destre minge?" And they looked at me. They started to laugh. And I says, "What are you laughing at?" They says to me, who'd you say that to?" I says, "I was at the table. It was a holiday. I forgot, maybe whatever." And I says, "My father give me a whack when I said that." So he says to me, "If you don't know what your miss said, don't say it." So when I went back on the job.
Yeah, well, we already got to that point. You're back on the job, and they said, well, "Who'd you say it to?" You said, "My father." I said, well, "What'd they say?"
They started to laugh. I said, "What are you laughing at?" That's what I mean. Give me. Yeah, what is he?
Just do it. She can't hear you. She can't hear you. I just muted her. I just muted her. She
The
can't.
head of my penis.
The head, just a dickhead?
No. I said at the table. It was a holiday. My aunts and uncle were there. Everybody was there.
Yeah, but what about the head of a penis? What do you just...
No, this is what I'm telling you. Wait.
Okay.
So we're at the table. And somehow or other, I don't know why I ended up saying, "Ekelo destre minge." And my father gave me a whack. He said, "Do you know what you said?" I said, "No." He said, "If you don't know what you said, don't say it."
You already said that. What does it mean?
Wait. What's the first? Because I know test the meaning. Yeah, I understand that. But what's the first part?
What does it mean, Tone?
I'm going to tell you.
Well, the build-up is going in circles. We're going in circles with the build-up here.
I get back on the job, and I says to these players,
Oh my God.
I'm repeating. Am I repeating?
Yes.
All right, then forget
But
it.
no.
Tell us what it means.
No, just all
So
we
wait,
want.
so
Okay, go ahead. You go for
I
it.
says to the players, give one of these, este de mingue.
Mm-hmm.
So they started to laugh. I says, what are you laughing at? It's the head of my penis. That's what it means. The head of my penis. Este de mingue. No wonder my father smacked me at the table.
See, Tona, I thought that there was another word in Italian before testa de minga, because that's what it sounded like. I didn't know if it was just like, you know, like you're daring somebody to eat it or something like that. You like saying eat me or something like that.
No.
Okay.
It just means the head of my dick.
Got you. Hey, it's bad enough.
That's it.
It's bad enough for the dinner table. Should not be spoken at the dinner table.
Shouldn't be.
Not in polite company.
Oh, when I think of it, my father gave me a whack.
Only in the presence of plasterers should you speak like that. Not in everything else. So
Then there's another one, Kilomingi. In other words, a dick. When you just say Kilomingi.
that's it.
That's just singing.
Hey Benny, what do you think about it? Because Benny, he's Sicilian. He speaks the same dialect
He
as you, I
laughed
think.
too, and I got the little bottle of early gave me.
Well, yeah, you go home and you just that'll cleanse you from all the bad
Because
words.
if I'm not mistaken, he knew just where I came. Not me, my family, where they came from. Because
Yeah.
he said it.
Talk about small world in a small town. But let me ask you this before we wrap up. Earlier last week, we had a show. Might have been last week, might have been this week. We had a show where people called in and talked about whether they have any strange phobias, like things that are weird, like if you're afraid of styrofoam, or you can't stay. Like somebody called in and said that they are absolutely grossed out about sitting in a chair that's already warm, that somebody else warmed it with their body. They can't take that. Do you have any weird fears or strange phobias in your life that you're like, oh, I can't stand this?
No, not really.
No, not really.
I love everybody.
Oh yeah, okay. What about everything?
No,
Do you love everything?
everybody.
Because
There's certain people I don't like. I don't bother with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
When he doesn't like you, like there's one guy that goes by, watches us sitting in the sun.
oh yeah.
There's one guy. You know him?
Oh, I have a video of you cursing somebody out
Really?
from a kayak or something. Didn't you? You were in a kayak with Mom at Oakland Beach, and you were.
I said fuck everybody.
Yeah, you were-
I was yelling it all out. I got those pictures. We're in the canoe.
Where the hell is it? Hold on a second. Wait a second.
I'm talking about the guy in the car.
And the who?
In the car that goes by all the time. Is his name Tony too?
Oh, you make it Uncle Nude. Oh, what a sweetheart this guy is. That son of a bitch. I hate him.
Well, when he goes
I
by,
hate
I
his
saw you
guts.
here. Here we go
Hey,
again.
more people
No,
watch
no,
this show
no.
than you think.
No. Let me say something. This guy said something. I won't say it. Something about your mother. I wanted to break his fucking head if I would have caught him.
Oh boy.
All right?
This is going back years.
Yeah, it's going back years, all right? But he said something.
Nobody told me about this.
No.
I could have helped.
I would have caught him. I would have broke his...
All right, I don't want to get you upset.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Let's not get upset here.
It happens
No,
every single time the guy goes by.
Oh, he's still around?
Oh yeah.
Well, no, nobody told me about him being a troublemaker. I could kill him if you want me to.
It's
No,
all right.
no. This,
Richie almost did.
Let-
Everybody
let me-
almost
let me,
did.
Let me say something.
As long as the guys are going to kill him.
This
Yeah.
guy shows a picture that he's a prize fighter. See? And I wanted to tell him I could catch him in so many lies. You show pictures of you're a prize fighter. Where'd you fight? Who'd you fight? How many rounds did you fight?
Oh, it's a stolen valor story.
Huh?
He's stealing valor.
In other words, you show me, anybody can show you a picture that they're fighters. I got records. I got the cards. See, when you fight amateur, you got to belong to the AAU. And they take a recording. Not a recording. They make a record. In other words, every time you have a fight, you put it down on this card.
Right.
See?
He doesn't have that.
I don't talk to this guy because I don't like him. But if I want to catch him in lies, that's all I got to do. What'd you do? You fight professional? Who'd you fight? You fought amateur? Where'd you fight? Did you join the? Did Ben Levine sign your card? He was the head of the amateur people. I could catch him so many lies, but it ain't worth it. He's a piece of shit.
You got. You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Tone? You just for 15 minutes you were trying to tell us the dickhead story. You're going in circles. But you know every damn detail about this guy. You are so I love it. Hold on. I have a kayak. I have the kayak thing here. Hold on a second. Let me see if this works. Wait, let me turn this around.
This is
Let
so
me see.
much fun.
Rotate 90 degrees.
Around.
Okay.
Could you turn around?
Undo the.
I'm afraid I'll tip the boat. Hello there, young lady.
Hold on a second. All right. This is you guys on. This is you guys on a kayak. This has to be about 5 years ago at this point. Let me see. Look at. I don't know what you're about to say. I labeled this video kayak freehole. So.
That's me already.
Hold on.
Yeah. This is so much fun. I'm filming. Turn around.
Oh, look
could you
at
turn
that.
around?
Hey, I'm bold. I didn't know that. I'm afraid I'll tip the boat. You
Hello
got
there,
this?
young
lady. How the hell did
Isn't
you
this
get
great?
this?
Look at the view from the beach from out here.
Yeah.
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 Hello there, you fucking freehold. Did you hear me? My voice
I don't know. Maybe you
I
should
didn't
make
know
it
you
louder.
had this.
Kathy,
How'd you get this?
Wait, what? Wait, hold. What did you just? Hold on one second. What?
What? This is when we went on
Wait.
the kayak. I don't know. Maybe you should make it louder.
Right. Kathy, fuck you. I'm here.
Who? Okay, I'm not even gonna ask.
Kathy.
Yeah, don't you know, this no local names. Who knows? See, I knew I had that video. You telling everybody have a good night while you're out there. Okay, so that's it. That's it.
How did you get that? You took the thing.
This was a long time ago, Tone. You don't remember?
Oh, I remember that video that you sent me, Tony. Mom sent me of you guys getting yourself. I don't know. You were putting an umbrella into the sand. You sat down. You sent me a video of you guys talking about something, and there was this woman with this ass. She was laying in the beach behind you. I don't know if she had a G-string on. I couldn't see it. The ass swallowed the whole damn thing up, and we played that on air. And I remember that derailed the entire show.
I think it was just the picture, and I took a picture of him in the kayak.
Yeah.
And there was a woman in the sand that I didn't even notice until after I saw the picture.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. I remember it derailed the whole show. I said, "Look at that ass." The ass in you guys spent so much time in that sand over there. It's unreal. But
Is that
listen,
what I said? Look at her ass.
no. That was me. That was me.
You didn't even see it. Oh my God.
You didn't see it. It takes me to notice something like that. Hey, Tony, so now this is what we're going to do. I have a special 10-minute video that I'm going to play over here. It's a documentary I'll tell people about while I roll you and Mom down to the hallway, into the elevator, get you back to the car. And I don't know what's well, I'm right over here.
Oh.
He's not up
I'm
there.
not talking. I'm not
over there.
He's
No.
looking for a video.
I'm not looking for. Oh
He
no, I
is.
stopped with the video. So I don't know if you're going to come back here before Christmas, but we can do a New Year's episode, whatever the hell you want to do. But I'm so glad we did this. Tell everybody something at home for 2024. Anything you want to tell them for not only Thanksgiving, but now going into Christmas.
Well, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, a healthy Christmas, and a New Year. And I just hope and pray to peace throughout the world.
Peace throughout the world would be great. We have it's something we got to pray for, and we just got to do.
That's right.
Absolutely. Mom, anything you want to say?
No.
Did you
Just, Merry Christmas. I hope I see you by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe with your father.
Yeah, I love to do that.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out how to. On Monday, I'm going to be going to that VFW to see what kind of technology needs I'll have for broadcasting from there on the 7th. I'd love to broadcast on the 7th. Tony would probably like that. Is that too late for him?
What's that?
It's not too late for him, but I don't think he would like really even pay attention.
No.
Nah.
You told Tony you like it. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a reading, Tony.
It's my father directs a read through. It's not like a full on
I
play.
used to like Clarence. That's in a Wonderful Life, right?
I think he'd like it, and
Right?
Aurora will be there. I think he'd like it.
Isn't that the movie?
No, he's talking about
It's a play.
It's a reading.
It's a play that
but it's a reading.
Anyway, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on.
All right.
So there is a holiday wish from Tony and my mom. It's
Yeah.
been great. It's, 2024 is a wrap with Black Friday. So here's what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I have an 11-minute documentary here. That's going to give me just enough time to get them down the hall and back here. This was sent to me, I think, by Krista. And it's called Mysteries of the Nahanni. Okay? Mysteries of the Nahanni. This was done by Exploring with Wade. Posted 2 years ago. It's really something else. About 10 minutes long. The Valley of Headless Men. That's what it's called. Canadian Mysteries and Legends. The Valley of Headless Men. It's 10 minutes. When we get back, we'll go right into the second half. We'll take your calls. I'm going to give this away. The Patriotic Nutcracker. Right there. The Patriotic Nutcracker. We're going to call you guys are going to call in. We're going to see. I guess we'll stick to we'll stick to the 50th, the 47th caller. We'll do that. Let's see how many callers we get in. I want to get this Nutcracker out there. All right. So that's what I'm going to do for you right now. I'm leaving you with this documentary, and I'm going to be back once I tend to everything with Tony and my mom. All right. Be good and have yourself a nice little intermission. I will be right back.
I didn't know you were waiting for the door.
Flora and fauna, Nahanni Valley was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. Due to its remoteness, Nahanni Valley has remained largely untouched over the centuries. The first Europeans to reach this area were fur traders expanding into the region in the 18th century, and further expanded with Alexander Mackenzie's exploration of the Mackenzie River, also known as Daicho, by the Dene people. John MacLeod, a fur trader with the Hudson's Bay Company, was the first recorded European to venture into the Nahanni region in the year 1823. Historically, the lands around the Nahanni Valley were home to the indigenous Dene people, who settled here around 10,000 years ago. Dene tradition tells us that the Nahanni Valley was once inhabited by a nomadic, warlike tribe called the Naha. Naha warriors often raided Dene settlements in the lowlands as they descended from the mountains. They became the main foes of the Dene people and were greatly feared. The Dene state that the Naha people simply vanished suddenly, ceasing their raids and disappearing. Mysteries surround the Naha, but no trace of them has ever been found. The Dene mostly stayed away from the valley as they considered it an evil place. The ones that did venture into the valley to search for food would return to tell stories of the evil spirits that could make men vanish. Legend also tells of hairy man-eating giants known as Nakani. They dwelled in the caves during the day and came out at night to hunt. Most believe that these tales were nothing more than myths and fictional stories. The mysteries surrounding the valley didn't just come from these stories and tales, though. Several deaths and disappearances in the early to mid-1900s within Nahanni Valley fueled even more mystery. Most of these occurred along the South Nahanni River. There are 4 main canyons that line the South Nahanni River. Prospectors numbered them as they traveled up the river. The 4th canyon, also called Paint It Canyon, begins with the stunning Virginia Falls. Located in Funeral Range, the 3rd canyon has long slopes instead of steep, flat walls. Big Bend marks the end of 3rd and the beginning of 2nd Canyon. It runs through the Headless Range. Here you'll pass by the Gate and famous Pulpit Rock. In the 1st canyon after Dead Men Valley, the walls are the highest and most vertical. These are Canada's deepest river canyons, up to 1,200 meters deep. During the Klondike Gold Rush and shortly after in the early 1900s, many prospectors wanted to test their fortunes outside the Yukon and head out to the other parts of the remote Canadian wilderness. Among those men were Willie and Frank MacLeod, Métis brothers. Sometime around 1905, 2 years after their first trip, the MacLeod brothers and an engineer named Weir disappeared up the South Nahanni. They were never seen alive again. In 1908, 3 years after the MacLeod brothers' departure, Willie and Frank's younger brother, Charlie, formed a search party and headed up to South Nahanni. After several days, Charlie and his crew made a horrifying discovery. On a flat stretch of riverbank known afterwards as Dead Man Valley, there were the decapitated remains of Willie and Frank McLeod. Their heads were nowhere to be found. The third man, their companion Weir, was missing and never found. There were many theories. Some spoke of rival prospectors killing one another, while others attributed to deaths to wild animals, and others stated the indigenous of the area left the headless corpses as a warning to other trespassers. One source, an early publication by Maclean's magazine dated March 15, 1947, states that the McLeod brothers' headless bodies were not really headless at all, but in fact they were identified by remnants of hair on the skulls. Legend has it that the lost McLeod mine, where the two brothers found their fortune, still remains hidden somewhere in the valley. Then there was Martin Jorgensen, a Yukon prospector who entered the Nahanni Valley in 1917 in search of lost gold. He vanished and his headless corpse was found near the mouth of the Flat River, the main tributary of the South Nahanni. As was the case with the McLeod brothers, Jorgensen's head was never found. The charred remains of his log cabin were nearby. Were Jorgensen and the McLeod brothers all murdered for the gold that they had discovered? Another discovery, a World War I veteran named John O'Brien was found hunched over a pile of tinder with a matchbook in his hand in the winter of 1922 near Dead Man Valley. It was as if he had frozen to death trying to light a fire. In 1926, a woman named Annie Lafferty went missing. In the valley near Flat River, she got separated from her hunting party and got lost in the wilderness and disappeared. Several months later, an indigenous man reported seeing the woman climbing a hill while naked, seemingly out of her mind. In 1927, another body was discovered in Nahanni, belonging to a man nicknamed Yukon Fisher. Known as an outlaw and a prospector, he was sought by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for several years before he died. Quite close to where the McLeod brothers' bodies were found in 1908, his skeleton was found on the banks of Bennett Creek. The cause of his death has never been determined. One prospector, named Angus Hall, lost his way ahead of his party in 1928 and was never seen again. Then, in 1931, another body was found. This time it was that of Phil Powers. In the ashes of his cabin, his charred remains were found. His death was attributed to a faulty stovepipe by the RCMP, but many did not accept this theory. Most believe he was likely murdered and his cabin set on fire. There are so many others that simply disappeared without a trace. Bill Epier and John Mulholland, another pair of prospectors, disappeared in 1936. Many years were spent searching for them, but they were never found. All that was found was the burned-out remains of their cabin. Frank Henderson discovered gold in the Nahanni Valley in 1946 and returned safely with 30 ounces of the precious metal, but his colleague, John Patterson, vanished from the area not long after. When he failed to meet Frank at Virginia Falls in June 1946, he was reported missing. Frank Henderson is quoted as saying, "There is absolutely no denying the sinister atmosphere of that whole valley. That weird continual wailing of the wind is something I won't soon forget." One of the latest strange disappearances happened in 2005 when David Horsey and Frederick Hardesty went to stay in a friend's cabin near the North Nahanni River on June 12, 2005. 4 days later, the friend returned to find the men had vanished. The same day, they were reported missing and the RCMP started a search that ended about a week later. The men, for some reason, left the cabin without any firearms, and the firearms were still in the cabin, and there was plenty of food. The RCMP at the time said they saw no foul play at the cabin, but it was later stated that firearms were discharged inside the cabin. There were bullet holes all over the place. On June 27, 2005, David's body was found in thick forest about 2.3 miles away from the cabin. A member of the search team said David had burns on his hands and arms. The area was searched several times before the body was found. Then, on July 8, 2005, a search team found the body of Fred floating in the North Nahanni River about 12.5 miles away from the cabin. It was an area searchers had already covered several times. This case still remains unsolved. In winter, the Nahanni Valley can be very inhospitable. With the freezing cold, it can claim the lives of the most experienced outdoorsmen. But in the warmer months, this valley transforms into what some people call almost tropical, with lush vegetation. Hot springs run throughout the valley, adding to its mystery by creating thick, mysterious mist. This sparked legends of a mystical tropical valley hidden somewhere in the Nahanni. There are legends of prehistoric animals, mostly bones of mastodons and ancient bear dogs. Many say these animals still inhabit the deepest and most remote parts of the Nahanni. Some also say the valley is home to a wolf-like creature known as the Wahila. The mysterious creature is believed by some to be an ancient carnivorous mammal known as the bear dog, which is believed to have gone extinct about 8 million years ago. Others claim that the physical description of Wahila is closer to that of the dire wolf, a prehistoric relative of the modern timber wolf. The valley is also a hotspot for sightings of strange moving lights and UFOs. The indigenous Dene have avoided the valley for centuries, claiming that it is haunted by evil. Others claim that the valley is the entrance to the so-called Hollow Earth, dotted with caves and subterranean caverns that are mostly unexplored. A discovery in an ice cave known as Grot Valerie found the ancient skeletons of roughly 100 doll sheep. It is thought they somehow got trapped and starved around 2500 BC. The details of all these stories possibly get exaggerated over the years, and as time goes by, it becomes more difficult to determine what is fact or fiction. The stories of lost gold, headhunters, and creatures in the forest might just be myth, but we do know that up to 44 people have either died or disappeared within the valley.
Time out to press the like button.
Frankly.
Quite 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 frankly. Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly. Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly, guys.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
So everybody watch. Quite frankly. With Frank.
Are you?
All right. Just enough time. That was nice. You know, that was nice. I didn't know the Lou Gehrig story, and I don't know, that was it was good. That was good. Really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As far as Black Fridays go, I guess I could have asked Black Friday stories, but that could have really only ever applied to my mother, because my mother was in the middle of all the Black Friday craziness in the 90s, and really, there's nothing left of that day. What we remember about Black Friday, from a cultural perspective, it really is just the last 10 years especially, it's been, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a really good thing. I think that was like the worst of humanity came out of people when they're just fighting over sensationalized plastic crap, even though, you know, some of the things that our parents were fighting for, I really wanted. No doubt about it. I mean, I didn't want the Tickle Me Elmo, but I definitely was after some of those Power Rangers, some of the Zords, the White Ranger Zords, shit like that. Then I started asking for CBs and things like that, but nobody seems to be beating the shit out of each other. Now everybody just beats the shit out of each other and robs each other just because it's a Tuesday. It's just a Tuesday. There's no crush at Toys R Us anymore. There's not even a Toys R Us around here anymore. We used to have KB Toys, a couple of the toy stores. Those aren't around. Over the weekend, I showed Aurora. It was her first. I said, hey, you want to watch Jingle All the Way? I think we watched that yesterday. So you want to watch Jingle All the Way? She goes, sure. And I had to explain, you know, I'm always there to explain things to her if she asks questions, because I want her to like understand like just the basic plots. Everything else you fill in as you get older. But I even had to, you know, tell her what like certain types of toys. There's still toy stores out there, but this was, you know, you're walking into like even like FAO Schwartz. Is FAO Schwartz still down in the city? It might be. But you know, even Macy's is disappearing. And what the hell was with that parade yesterday? That went on forever. That parade went on forever. And I don't understand the dog contests afterwards. I know we have a couple people in this audience, especially one, a friend of the audience, Jennifer from Texas, who trains her dogs for competitions. She's called in before. She's a pen pal and all that great stuff. And I still don't get what I'm watching. I don't think it was the Westminster. It was something else, Purina Dog Show. But anyway, I was watching this dog show, and I just don't get how some of these dogs become winners. I just don't understand. So that I'm going to have to look into that because it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. Many of these dogs look completely unexceptional. If I'm just going to be honest, I'm sure they're wonderful companions, but they look unexceptional. So that's what we have. Jay Britt says, to many more Tony Black Fridays and visits with Mama Valbiro. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We did. And it was, again, I think because it was so rainy and so cold, it made everything inside feel just so warm. And I had a great time last night. Really, really great time. Just the right people and a lot of things to think about and reflect on. Okay, let's see what else do we have over here. Everybody on Rumble seems to be having a good time. You can send in those Rumble rants. I'd love to get to those in just a second. We're gonna throw open the lines here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Done. The line is open. And the 47th caller is going to receive this patriotic nutcracker. It's going out to you. Okay? And you know what? The 50th caller, because there's 50 states, is going to get a combination of a mini Donald Trump Think Like a Champion book and the original Spygate coup to bring down the president playing card pack. So it's just good. You know, you play a little Hold'em and you also get to, let's see, is it in plastic? No, here you go. Let's see here. Who comes out first? Oh, Sally Yates. Deputy Attorney General 2015 to 17 abused the FISA process and constitutional rights of U.S. citizens with the unmasking, of course. There you go. You see? So you get to play a little Hold'em and you get to review all the people who helped ruin this country and have still, as of yet, gotten away with all of it. So this will be for the 50th caller. Let's just give you some Thanksgiving thoughts. Say hello. Throw anything you want out there. We are already underway with the calls coming in. And let's go. Is this... Oh. No. Sorry. As soon as I clicked it, it went away. Let's try again. Is this Ryan?
No.
Hello? Who's this?
Sue?
Sue? Sue?
Yep.
Sue, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, good.
So what's on your mind, Sue?
What?
What's on your mind?
I was just calling in for the contest. I must be too early.
Oh, well, yeah, just a little bit too early. You are only caller number 6.
Okay, thank you.
But wait, Sue, it's you and me. We're just hanging. So while you're on, you know, how's your night going? How's Thanksgiving? Say whatever you want. Oh, no pressure, Sue. No pressure, Sue. I
wasn't prepared to talk about anything.
It's okay.
I've been looking into the North Carolina stuff. It's very upsetting what's going on up there in those mountains.
Are you close to what's going on there, or are you in another region?
I'm in another region, but I'm just upset with the people living in tents, and it's getting cold.
I know. The crazy thing is that in some of those places, it's already been near freezing for many weeks now. So, you know, it's like everywhere you turn. And thank you for the call. I hope you try again. Maybe you can get in. Anywhere you turn, there are people who need to be held accountable for something. And there's also systems that need to be completely not reformed, done away with. FEMA needs to be done away with. I think that we are more than capable of acting voluntarily in highly effective ways, in raising money, in getting resources to effective areas, and of course, deferring to local decision makers, local government who know the region better than anybody else, and who should have ultimate jurisdiction on everything. So let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay, is this Lynn?
Yes, it is.
Lynn, you're number 14 calling in.
Oh, great.
I know.
I lose again.
But you know what? The fact that you're playing is all that matters to me. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was wonderful. I had hamburgers.
You know, good for you for changing it up. Good for you.
I think turkey's dry.
You know, so here's what I did yesterday. We so for the 24 hours from Wednesday into yesterday, we were doing the brine. It was the first time that we put the brine together, brine solution, and it was really, really wonderful. And then right before we were, maybe about 20 minutes before we put the bird in the oil, we injected it with this kind of like Italian dressing / Chardonnay mixture, and we put it all into this thing, and then we rubbed it down. And let me tell you, this was so juicy. And I know how bad a turkey can be because up until the last, 10, 15 years, I hated turkey because it was always a dry, baked piece of crap. I couldn't take it.
Well, that sounds amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
But I think next year we might be going to Cornish game hens.
Oh, isn't that oily?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Are they?
Isn't duck oily?
Ducks, there's a lot of oils in duck.
Oh.
Ducks are fatty.
Maybe I'm confused.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess everybody has their own oils. But Lynn, thanks for the call.
Okay, take care.
There you go. Lynn with the hamburgers on Thanksgiving. Good for her. Hey, I would take steak any night of the week. I would take beef any night of the week. But this was good. And it's something else, too. My mother asked me asked me about the bird I got and where I got it from. I know the farmer, know the guy who raised it. I know his operation very well. And I paid $114 for this bird. I get one turkey a year. And like most things, I just want to make sure it's coming from good places and all that other stuff. Case in point, because my mother says, Frankie, it's once a year. I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? All the more reason to be exclusive. And the best way is, what are we talking about? Then the New York Post. I'm going to text this to her later. Butterball facing boycott calls after sickening video of workers allegedly sexually abusing and torturing turkeys resurfaces again. They're calling. There's calls for their boycott just days before Thanksgiving after sickening footage of poultry workers allegedly sexually abusing and torturing its turkeys resurfaced on social media. The uproar unfolded after People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, they're animals too. They're animals too. So when it comes to PETA putting this kind of attention on anybody else, it's usually just projection and just please don't concentrate on us and our euthanasia practices. They kill more people dogs and cats than anybody on the planet. But anyway, this Butterball factory or farm, if you want to call it that, got out there of the abuse of the turkeys, and it's bad. It's awful. Just awful stuff. And I like knowing who the hell is handling the turkeys. I know that Farmer Ed is not going to sexually abuse the bird. I know that. 100%. But Frank, do you? Yes. Okay. Let me count here. Okay. Caller, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hi, it's Jenny. How you doing?
Jenny, I'm doing well. I hope that you're doing well. You are, unfortunately, only caller number 26.
Oh, that's okay. I wanted to ask you if you guys got some dessert last night.
Yes. So yeah,
What was it?
So my father showed up. My father showed up with an apple pie and I think a blueberry or a cherry pie. So
awesome.
We had 2 pies, and then there was the 6 leftover cinnamon buns from the late breakfast that we hosted with my in-laws from the other side of the family, and it was so it was perfect. And of course, the coffee kept flowing, and everybody was fine.
Great. I'm glad you guys had dessert. That's awesome. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
It was just It was just right. You know, it wasn't anything too crazy, but I don't like crazy anymore. And yeah. So what about you? What did you guys do?
Oh, I made a rolled turkey breast, and I don't know. I have to perfect it, I guess. Never made it before, but
Why?
it was good.
So that is almost like, for example, if I get chicken rollantini at an Italian restaurant, where instead of rollantini with the with the eggplant or something like that, they'll actually roll the sliced chicken, and inside of it there'll be things like mushrooms and cheese and all.
I just put herb butter and prosciutto.
Oh, but what happened?
And then rolled it up, and then wrapped the skin around it, and tied it up, and roasted it in the oven.
You don't sound like you're happy with it though. What happened?
Well, because I'm a perfectionist, and I was not. You know, it wasn't perfect for me, but it was good. Everybody loved it. They raved.
Okay, well that's good. Hopefully they're not just being polite with you, and they actually really loved it.
You never know, Frank.
I always suspect people are just being polite.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I'll let you go, but I'm glad you had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and I'll talk to you soon.
Same to you. Take care.
All right, bye.
Jenny's the best. I get a lot of correspondence from Jenny, and this is great. Wonderful stuff. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, that there is Black Friday sales all over the place. That's it, especially for, quite frankly, merchandise. If you have a Frankly or a Franciscan in your life that needs some, some shirts or something to get into their stocking, riseattireusa.com. Or you can click right through the affiliates page on Quite Frankly, and it's 15% off store-wide use. You could just put Black 15 in there, and orders over $100, you use Black 20, you get 20% off. So, I mean, there's a lot of great things there with the Quite Frankly stuff. And not only that, Yes Cacao, and I'll say all this, hopefully they do this continuing on Cyber Monday, but what did Yes Cacao say? Justin blew my mind. I think they're giving away 40% off of Yes Cacao chocolate. Yes. Justin said we're doing 40% off for Black Friday. The code is 40 Wild Yes. 40 WILDYES, all one word. 40 Wild Yes. That's 40% off of the most healthy chocolate you'll ever eat in your life. There's that, and then I think there's 33% off of all of the coffee. What did Paige say? Give me a moment. What did Paige say? Yes, the website prepared for 33% off Cyber Monday sale. I'll tell you that on Monday then. 33% off. It'll be for all sizes, 1 pound, 2 pounds, and the 6-month subscription, 33% off. Also, the final mug sold on Wednesday, so there's no more mugs. But we're working on a 2025 design. It's going to be really, really nice. So I there's that. All right. 31 and okay. Hello, Sentinel. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Hold on a second. Yeah, hey, Frank. Happy Tony Black Friday.
Happy Tony Black Friday. It's great to have you on.
Molly and I really enjoyed the show.
I'm glad. What was the thing you liked most about it?
Well, when I was younger, I fought in the silver gloves, so I was pre puberty boxer. So I boxed about 20 matches in the silver gloves, and I had several trophies. I still have 2 of them, and I really appreciate Tony talking about he understood the top of the weight thing, and he was talking about 126 is featherweight. Well, it's like 117 to 125 currently. I mean, in his day it might have been 126, but and then it goes to the span is another 7 pounds, and then it goes another 9 pounds between the weight classes. I just really enjoyed him talking about it. It was so funny when he was talking about him at the dinner table, and talking about the Italian phrase that he didn't understand, and he just decided to throw it out there. His dad popped him in the head and said, "What are you saying?" It was like I can just imagine that because you get corrected by the old man like that, you know you screwed up. So,
especially when you're dealing with another language there too. You just, at this point, even Aurora says things she doesn't understand what she's saying, and sometimes you have to ignore things, not react, and other times you have to just actually correct them, put them back in the right lane, and do a little definition quiz and all that other stuff. So, everybody's trying out words right now. But, Tony should have been, if he was old enough to be working with plasterers and hearing all of, the bad Italian slang, he should have been old enough to know what the hell they were saying.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is it just goes to show you he was naive at that time. And then he brought it out when he was working with the plasterers, and then they filled him in, and that solved that mystery for him, since nobody at the table fixed him at that time.
Yes.
So.
I know. Oh, Sentinel, your caller number 35, though. You got close, but thank you so much for everything tonight. And send Molly my best.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, see you later. Okay, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. All right, let's take a call. 632, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Kathy.
Kathy, this is Frank. How you feeling?
I'm good, Frank. How are you?
I'm all right. Was your Thanksgiving a good one?
My Thanksgiving was very good, and yours?
Oh, I want to do the whole day over again without my my morning being dominated by stomach cramps. That would have been great, but instead it was really, really good.
Yes, I missed. My son came from Louisiana, and my grandbaby, and they came back. They went back to Louisiana today.
How far? And where are you from?
I'm in Texas.
Okay, so are you closer to the Louisiana side of things, or like how often do you see your grandbaby?
I only get to see him about once a year. I take care of my mom, so I don't get to travel.
Okay.
And of course, my son, he works, and his wife. But yeah, I only get to see him once a year, and that's good.
Hey, listen, it's great, and the best thing if we're going to be long distance is that at least right now we can get on FaceTime, and it's so much easier than it was, at least staying in people's minds and in front of them.
Oh, most definitely.
So,
I really enjoy your show. I've only been following you for probably about a year now. But
do you remember the first episode?
I don't miss your show. Anything else comes on, I say, okay, it's time. It's Frank's time.
Oh, that's wonderful. This is why I want to go hang out in Texas. There's too many people out there I got to meet. What do you remember the first? What's that? Oh yeah, I'd love to. Having Thanksgiving with you guys would actually be really great.
Yeah, you have to make sure you bring Aurora and your wife.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We all have to see the same things, we've done just as little traveling. I think Lauren's definitely been around a lot more than I have. She's been to Europe. I haven't been. She's done some stuff like that, but I just want to see the US, and then we'll figure something else out. But do you remember the first episode of this show that you saw, or how you found it?
I don't remember the first episode that I've seen of your show. And I happened to run across you. I used to watch, I think, Red Pill 78, and you and Adele, I think it is.
Adele, yeah.
Yes. Was doing y'all do a show together on a Friday night. That's how I found you.
Well,
was through them.
I'm glad I got you here. And unfortunately, you are caller number 39. So, I mean, we're getting closer, but I'm so glad we got to spend a couple of minutes together.
Definitely. So, I hope to maybe I'll be caller 50.
Oh, you know what? Keep going, because as long as it adds up, I'm picking up whoever pops up first. Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All righty, let's see. Let me go check the super chats again. We're all good there. Over on quitefrankly.tv, we got Pilled. Pilled.net. Robert Sarnes, thank you. Monkey Toes 71. After Thanksgiving cookie. Hey, y'all. I wish we had a pile of cookies yesterday. Thank you for that, Monkey Toes. David Sloan. Sloaney. Sloan's been watching the show for a long, long time, and I'm so grateful for him. Thank you for Tony Black Friday, Francis. Tony makes me smile. Makes me smile, too. He was getting emotional when I was wheeling him around. I know that he loves coming here. He loves sitting in here, and he loves talking, and he loves the idea that people out there enjoy hanging out with him and us during those shows. So I know when his legs started getting him trouble, the idea of it not being feasible to come here again, I said, no, don't worry. That's what I told him. I said, you just piggyback. I'll carry you up the stairs. Done it before. I piggybacked Lauren all the way up to the roof. I think the summer of 2015, July of 2015, we came here to watch the fireworks in town from the high school on the roof here at the studio, and we still had access to the roof because everybody had access to the roof at that time, and then everybody lost access when some nincompoop started going up there and partying and leaving red Solo cups all over the place. Nincompoop ruined it for all of us. We were amazing. I used to be able to, when this show was only an hour long, I'd go live at 7. I'd end at 8 o'clock, especially in June. I'd be able to go up to the roof with everybody. We'd be chilling. There'd be a lot more people here at that time. Sometimes somebody would have something rolled, whatever the hell it was. But especially in June when you have those 9 o'clock sunsets, we were able to just catch it was just gorgeous. Haven't been on that roof in years. That sucked. Nincompoops. Always ruin it. Even when we were kids, if we found a chill spot in a park somewhere or wherever the hell it was, a parking lot, a parking garage, wherever the hell we found a spot that was like cozy, a little bit secluded, after a certain hour, you have a certain amount of autonomy. We would be stewards of perfectly good stewards of wherever we had planted ourselves because we wanted a place to keep coming back to. And I can't tell you how many times we have found really good chill spots that were destroyed by assholes who are leaving their blunt wraps all over the place, beer bottles, smashing bottles, not even just leaving shit behind. Like, you apes. You absolute apes. What's wrong with you? That wasn't me being old and out of touch. They were my peers. Apes. Anyway, the Sentinel says, happy Tony Black Friday. Lots to be thankful for. Best wishes. Have a great weekend, Frank. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's take a caller. Who's this?
This is Linda. How you doing, Frank?
Oh, I'm doing well, Linda. How have you been?
I've been great. Happy continued Thanksgiving blessings to you and your family.
Absolutely. You too. You too. How was your Thanksgiving? Good?
It was wonderful. Lots of great family, friends, food, the traditional dishes with a little New Orleans flavor of that Trinity, like the gumbo as a precursor.
These are things I've only ever read about. I'd love to have some.
Yeah, well, when you and your family go down to Texas and you visit with the other lady, just come on down to New Orleans and we will give you the tour. And as I said when we had spoken once before, you might just find that there's some similarities of New Orleans and New York, because when I visited New York, I enjoyed those European flavors. Frank, I just wanted to let you know that the night of the election, it was beyond comforting to hang out with you and all of your guests, from my TV, of course, because I was determined to not watch it on mainstream TV. And it was just amazing. You, your guests, the whole thing made that whole night that could have been stressful had we had another outcome. Y'all made it wonderful. And I just wanted to say thanks for that. It was great.
Well, that's really nice to hear. And because I know that I'm we're in very distinctly different places. I'm on the production side of this, and you're on, the audience side of it. But when I say that, there is a certain part of me that, even though my body over here is almost like on autopilot, I often call myself the Phantom of the Opera back here, because I've got so many things going on, but a lot of it is just on autopilot. I know what's going on. I've practiced where I want to go for that night, whatever. But at the same time, I want to have some sort of an experience like you at home. And I want to feel comforted and cozy while I'm doing this, because I can't imagine that you would be having an experience that is better if I am not having a good time myself. So to hear this is just very, very good, because I felt comforted that night, not only with the company I had in the room, but I knew that there was a lot of people sticking with us. And because we were so conditioned for setbacks, I had to say it that way. It's not like we don't have loser mindsets, but we just have learned how to take a loss. I knew that we would have been fine coming out of that one way or another. We'd be on another path right now, but we wouldn't be losing our shit. We might be a little bit dejected, a little bit more concerned about where we were going. But the fact that we were able to pull one out of a hat like that and have that be our experience, that really made this experience, it made it very, very special.
Absolutely, and it does come forth. And if I'm not mistaken, it was either that night with those guests that you had or another night, but I think it was election night. At some point, y'all were joking about the concept of people that like the birthday month. Well, getting in to call in and being one of your callers tonight is like a birthday gift, because, Frank, I am a birthday month person.
Oh, no.
So, yes, so I've gotten it in right before the end of November. My birthday was on the 17th. So I wanted to be able to call in all month on the month of my birthday. And when I heard you guys say that, I thought, I have to let Frank know I'm a birthday month. And I am telling you, Frank, from All Saints Day, when I sang for Mass, to now, and to Sunday, I've celebrated continually with friends in one way or the other, just breaking bread together, whatever. But it is possible, I wanted you to know.
Linda, let me just say something. I may have some opinions on birthday month people and the idea of turning a birthday into a month. But I will tell you this. In 2024, especially because you were born in November, I give you all of my blessings for enjoying this month and just stretching your birthday out, because, man, what a great month this was. I mean,
it was awesome.
This is an awesome month. It really was.
It was, and you know what, Frank, I will just say this. As much as I like celebrating my birthday, I love celebrating other people's birthdays. I don't know why. It may be that when I was growing up, my mother was wonderful about always having the alla familia. We always had family and friends around, and she had wonderful birthdays for us as kids. And so I think for me, that transcended into continuing it as an adult, of being around family and friends. And that's what it is for me more than anything. But it's been a great month, and getting to speak with you again in my birthday month is awesome. And I thank you so much. You're a really nice guy, Frank.
Well, thank you, Linda. Well, I mean, and this is, I guess, it's very serendipitous, because you were the 47th caller too. So
no way.
You were.
No way.
I was like, Jan, people are gonna think I'm just screwing with her. But
oh my God!
Yeah. So you were.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So you get the patriotic nutcracker.
Well, thank you, Frank. That is what, when my friend, I told you my family and friends listen, and Frank, the way they love to joke with me about the birthday month, and they're watching right now, like, this is just beyond cool.
I don't even know what to say, because I either say happy Thanksgiving, or I say happy birthday, or happy election. I mean, you've had such a big month. People might think
cool.
There's at least somebody at home saying, no, I think this woman's a little bit too spoiled. Don't give it to her, Frank.
Frank, this is cool. cool, man. This is so cool.
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
You call, email me, or in the subject line, just put your area code, and then it's Linda and blah blah blah, and just and whatever. Then give me your mailing address, and that'll go out next week.
Okay, that is cool. That is so cool. Is it okay if I tell you one more thing? I'll make it really quick.
Quick, go ahead.
Okay. When I send you that email, is it okay if I send you a link, because I love my birthday so much? I actually wrote a birthday song, and I'll send the link to you.
You're crossing a line now.
I know.
You wrote a birthday song for yourself?
Yeah, but it's called Birthday Blues, so it's not really myself. It's just a story about, it's basically like rising up and making yourself happy regardless of if you're happy or not, that kind of thing.
Okay, you can send it, but you're walking on thin ice now.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll reel it in, Frank. I'm going to reel it in.
Okay, all right, Linda. Happy birthday and have a good one. I'll see you soon.
And thank you again, Frank.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go. All right. So who's going to be number 50? Let's see here. A couple more calls. 2, 3, boom, and boom. Caller, who's this?
All right, Linda. Hello, this is Ray.
Who?
I'll see you soon.
Cut that
Ray.
off. Ray, turn it off. Turn it off, Ray.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Ray, how you doing? How's Thanksgiving?
Hey, that's great. I'm in here in Michigan.
Oh, yeah?
Kicking back. We're getting cold here. 20s.
Well, guess what? You're number 50.
Oh, sweet.
You're number 50. So I know it's getting really cold up there in Michigan. So I'm sending you a mini Donald Trump Think Like a Champion book and also some playing cards. So when it's below 20 below up there in Michigan, you say, hey, you want to play some Hold'em? Sure. You want to play some Go Fish? Sure. And then you can study up on Spygate. There you go. So I'm going to send you these two things.
Hey, that's excellent, man. We really appreciate it. Watch your show all the time, every chance I get.
Well, I love that because, I don't know how many other ways to say it, but, you know, to hear somebody like Linda call in from Louisiana and our last caller before that from Texas and now you from Michigan, and I know that everybody's either watching live or on their own time, and that is a real dream come true, and it couldn't happen in any other era of world history. And right now, we are at a perfect juncture of technology and rise in public consciousness and the demand for this kind of a thing. And I'm really happy that we've all found each other. So just like the last caller, Ray, if you can email me, quite frankly, podcast@gmail.com, give me your area code, and then of course, hey, it's Ray, and then send me your address. Okay.
Hey, yeah, sweet. I can do that. Could you put that in your comments? Your email address there?
What comments?
In the message, the comments what people make.
Oh, I think I think that the quite frankly podcast@gmail might actually be in the description of the episode. It's just the open.
Okay.
You know what? Just go back to your call and listen to my instructions. It's right here.
Okay, I'll do it. That sounds good.
All right. Anything else you want to tell the country?
And we just got to pray for Donald every day, man. I bet he's already talked about, hey, if they take me out, man, we got to do this. Make sure you guys stay with it.
I'm
let up. I don't think that's going to happen. It could, but you just got to pray. I think our prayers are what's keeping us alive.
I think so. Well, I think that's definitely going to be a part of it all. It has to be. You can't discount the spiritual. Thanks, Ray. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right, too. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Take care. You can't discount it. Neither can Vladimir Putin. Putin says Trump not safe after assassination attempts, slams mudslinging against his family. Russian President Vladimir Putin, while at a collective security treaty organization summit in Astana, Kazakhstan, spoke to reporters and made mention of the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Thursday. He said that he doesn't believe Trump is safe after no less than 2 attempts on his life. Putin described, quote, the absolutely uncivilized methods used to battle against Trump, up to and including an assassination attempt, and more than once. That's when Putin emphasized, by the way, in my opinion, he is not safe now. Unfortunately, in the history of the United States, various incidents have happened. I think he, Trump, is intelligent, and I hope he's cautious and understands this, the Russian leader emphasized. Trump suffered a minor wound to his ear when a bullet grazed his head while at a campaign event in Pennsylvania in July. The bullet was a mere centimeter away from possibly taking his life, and in September, a would-be assassin tried to position himself with a rifle as Trump was playing a round of golf in Florida before he was discovered by an alert Secret Service agent. So Putin elaborated on the aforementioned uncivilized methods, and he said this to state media. The biggest thing for me was that while attacking Trump as part of the election campaign, they not only subjected him to humiliated and unfounded judicial proceedings, but also bashed his family and his children too. Even common thugs don't do that. Even common thugs don't do that here, Putin noted when talking with reporters. According to Putin, when gangs fight with each other, they don't target women and children but leave them alone. It's men that fight with each other, but these people did target family. It's just vile. Another clear sign of the moral decline of the current U.S. political system. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And next week, I got more stuff to give you guys. I just loved getting the phone calls from you. All right. We're also got to talk about D.B. Cooper again next week because apparently siblings have claimed that their dad, who is now dead, is D.B. Cooper. We'll talk about that. A very strange situation has happened in, where the hell is it? There's a mayor, a South Carolina mayor, George Garner II, dead in a car crash while pursued by a deputy days after his entire police force quit. This is another thing where nothing makes sense. And I think Frank Zell passes along to me. He said, if I were younger, I would have been all over this case already. Nothing would have stopped me. There's that. Hot Legs, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing, Frank?
I'm doing well. How's Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was cozy, cozy.
Yes.
I wasn't going to cook, and then I bought a turkey about 3 hours before.
Whoa.
I couldn't change my mind.
So what did you do? Obviously, did you deep fry it? Because, 3 hours, if you bought it just 3 hours before, that's...
No, I bought it the night before, but I wasn't going to do it because we weren't going to have company, but I just felt like I wouldn't be a woman if I didn't cook a turkey.
At least a chicken, something. A pheasant.
No, I brined it in salt water and maple syrup and then just cooked it lazily. Didn't have any company. But I wanted to ask you about your National Kennel Club questions about the dogs.
Okay, go ahead.
So what don't you understand about it?
The fact that you have... I don't know. You just have first of all, there's so many dogs. They're all in different breeds.
Right.
And I don't know how you can, I just don't know what they're picking. I don't know what they're picking. And then to have one dog trump all the others, even if they're best in their breed, how does it trump the other one? Because I don't know. I need to have the scoring criteria
Well, I can tell you where to find it.
Okay.
So we used to show dogs, and we got to the top of the English Foxhound breed years and years ago, going to Westminster. But there's a standard for each dog in the National Kennel Club and the American Kennel Club. You can look it up. It's very specific about the size of the head and the skull and the ears and the teeth and the gait and the coat and all of that. So they're picking what they think is the best for the standard, to meet the standard, but it's also very political, unfortunately.
It has to be, because how do you take like a pug and handle like a pug or something like that? I think a bulldog won a couple of years ago, and I'm like, if you put a bulldog up against any golden retriever, even like the runt of the litter, I would say the golden retriever is just beautiful, and I don't get it.
It's not about the best, the prettiest dog. It's supposed to be about the dog that is the closest to the epitome of the standard. for the kennel club, but it's also the handler who knows the handler, how many dogs win, how much advertising. We did it at one point just to see, coming from nowhere and nobody, not knowing anybody, how would we be able to get our dog to the top? And it really is a lot of advertising and schmoozing with the judges. I mean, that movie, Best in Show, is so right on target.
I love that movie.
It's hysterical, but it's real.
I haven't seen that movie in way too long. I have to go watch it again. I love that movie.
It's true, though. That's what makes it so great, is you have all those kinds of people. They throw their kids in the crate and go away with their dogs.
I love when the handlers fall. Because I've seen when handlers like trip and fall, and I'm just like, it's one thing, you know, whenever I watch like the Olympics in the winter or something like that, and somebody's figure skating, I always got my heart in my throat because I'm like, they're gonna fall. I know they're gonna fall. But when somebody who's walking a dog around and it just goes into a light trot and they stumble over themselves,
I've done it.
Oh no!
Pretty humiliating.
What you're describing is pretty much like Hollywood, but it's dogs.
Dogs, they do it with horses. I mean, it's kind of any competitive thing with animals. It's a funny, strange world, but that's how you can figure it out. I mean, you can tell mostly by the way they move.
What dog, you said it happened to you. So what dog were you competing with?
I've shown Ridgebacks, Rhodesian Ridgebacks, and Pomeranians and English Foxhounds and Greyhounds. I mean, we showed all breeds, but what we had were Ridgebacks and Foxhounds.
Geez, you've done so much. The more stories you tell on this show, the more I realize you've just done so much.
I'm old.
I mean, but still, it doesn't matter your age. These are just so very intricate things to do. So what's your favorite breed?
There's a lot to do, Frank. I think we have a mixed, what we call it, a retriever mixed pit bull right now, who's a wonderful dog. But I think English Foxhounds, they're just great dogs, great house dogs, very protective, but they're gentle and they're interesting. I like hounds.
Well,
Big
thank
dogs.
you. I want to have a dog one day. So whenever I do, you're gonna have to give me some pointers.
I'd say go to the shelter. That's where you should get your dogs.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Take care.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, 8:53. You know, we ended our night last night watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as a family. Well, I started it with my brother and his girlfriend and Lauren, and then eventually for the last 45 minutes, everybody else kind of just congregated and watched it. And it reminded me, you know, I was watching the end of it, and it reminded me of what I had seen. I don't know where this is, a documentary, a scene from, I guess, a documentary called Steve, about Steve Martin. And Steve Martin, in this snippet, I got this from Sit and Lift on Instagram. He fondly remembers, as they say in the caption, his friend John Candy. And they're talking about this scene at the end of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles that was cut down. The scene at the train station where you know, John Candy lets it all out, that he doesn't have a home, that he's on the road, and that his wife's not alive. His wife is dead, has been dead for some time. And I want to read this to you, not to end on a down note, but just to pay mind of just how beautiful of a creation this is, and that there's something that people are always dealing with something. And, you know, as you go throughout life, the holidays are not the same for people across the board, and they're always changing. They've definitely changed for me, from being someone who's just showing up and going along for the ride and being catered to now the one who's hosting and trying to make the days special. Kind of like in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. One of those things. You know, it's funny, but behind it all is a very real thing there where it's your family now and you want to make it special for everybody. And sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want. And I'd like to stay in a grateful mindset tonight and for the rest of the weekend and into next week and, of course, into next year. But to do that, sometimes it's really important to contemplate the setbacks and the deep cuts that we experience all along the way, because then, where's the perspective gained in anything? Anyway, I want to show this little clip to you, and then I want to actually go into the part of the script that they cut a lot of this out from. So Steve Martin is going into the script from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and just talking about John Candy as a man, as an actor, and all the rest. So here it is. Hold on one second. Then I had to watch the movie again and really just pay attention to the last scene, because it's short. I don't have a home. Marie's been dead for 8 years. And that's it. Then it's just you get the understanding that Steve Martin's character, that he's going to take Dell and he's going to bring him home for the holiday, meet his family, and they're going to be friends and all that stuff. But there's just so much goodness here, even though it's sad, but it's so, I don't know why they cut it out. There's stuff that they could have left out, but there's just such amazing lines in here. Such amazing lines. He talks about his wife. Like when they got married, she was already sick and it didn't work out and all that stuff. He says, I sort of attach myself to people from time to time, like with you, especially around the holidays. I can take it in March, July, October. I don't mind it, but it gets hard about this time of year. I never had that much of a chance to be a family man, but it gets really hard. And you know what it is? He says, I don't get to give any of myself to anybody. It's not the getting I miss, it's the giving. I sat on that plane with you and I thought about you heading home to be with your people. And Tuesday night when you were in the shower, I looked at the picture of your kids, and man, I thought you got to be the luckiest man on earth to go home and put those little guys on your knee and hug them and kiss them. 39 years old, I never had that and I never will. I'm sorry about all this. I just kind of get lost control this time. Every year since Marie's been gone, I've gotten closer and closer to losing it. Usually, I head for a church. I can feel like I'm part of something when I'm in a church. This time, I guess I didn't get to church fast enough. I just couldn't let go. And I don't know why they cut that out. I mean, it reaches into your chest and it's gone. I mean, it's perfect. And it's honest. It's honest. And you've either lost early on or you lose down the line. Just living that, this is something we all go through. Also, we process this all in our own little way. And this time I just couldn't let go. And this is how I present this show, especially this time of year. I understand that a lot of people have perspective on things like this, and we project into the future. Sometimes we shouldn't do that. We should just stay in the moment. But anything that gets people holding on is something I want to be involved in, because there's beautiful things to be done, and none of us have a lot of time here. But it's one hell of a ride right into the end when we bring it back to the stable. So I just want to wish you all again happy Thanksgiving. Go watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Do that tonight or tomorrow, whatever the hell you're going to do. If you have Friendsgiving like we do or whatever. And on Monday, I'll be back with you. What's going to be Monday? I've got two friends of mine coming on, calling into the show from a company that I've been using for online security that I think you're really going to like. I'm just going to do a quick 20-minute segment with them because I think everybody needs to talk about this. So that'll be on Monday, and there's a bunch of other stuff going on. The after hours is going to be great too. Listen to what we have at after hours tonight. So as soon as we end here in about 30 seconds, QuiteFrankly.tv goes live, and that is a COD Daily. The media can't accept that it's dying. Get it up on screen. Mark Dice, Slick Willie gives his thoughts on what went wrong for Democrats. Critical Drinker, Wicked Film Review. Michael Tellinger, Circuit Boards Covering the Earth. Return to Tradition, Malachi Martin. Max Derott, David Icke, Timothy Alberino with Congressman Eric Burleson. And then Art Bell kicker at the end with John the Morgile and Josh Grindley. Flat Earth debate. So there you go. There's a Flat Earth debate for you guys. See how all that goes for you, and I will be in that chat room to say hello as it all happens. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out on this little lily pad with me on a Black Friday in 2024, saying goodbye to one hell of a November. When we get together on Monday, it's going to be December. The new public version of the Quite Frankly Bulletin is going to be out. You're going to absolutely love it. I'm going to be sharing that. Just make sure you read it with your morning coffee. You're going to be really proud, and I hopefully it'll make a lot of you want to sponsor the show even more, because you're going to see the effort that goes into this, and I just that's it. So take the weekend, please become a sponsor, because from now until midnight on Sunday, or actually no, throughout the whole weekend, if you sign up as a Polaroid sponsor, you're getting free coffee, you're getting stickers and bookmarks and all the other stuff we like to give to new sponsors and stuff like that. But just remember, the sponsorship, yeah, you get a Polaroid, you get all that awesome stuff, but you're not only going to help grow the 7 p.m. show, but you are making the newsletters possible, the book and film clubs possible. Hell, the audience support is the only reason why this show actually went from 1 to 2 hours. Okay? That was a funding goal a long time ago. You want the show to be 2 hours. And it's really all because of you guys, and I'm grateful eternally. And I hope to message and welcome many of you over as sponsors over the weekend. So check it out. Sponsor us on quitefrankly.tv or under the description of this episode. There's plenty of links there for you to look at, and I will see you on Monday. Good night. Get over to the quitefrankly.tv website and enjoy After Hours. Wrong.
Will you shut up?
I'll catch you on the flip side.